Hello. I'm doing a little tiny bit of a journal with me, but mostly a flip through of my journals. With National Notebook Day going on, and with all of that, I was thinking all of these notebooks that I have, the different ways that I use them. Boy, Miss Vicky B's video the other week about the lifespan of a journal really made a lot of sense to me. The other day, y'all, I don't know where it came from, but I flip-flop back and forth with the Hobonichi that's right here. And Maya gave me this wonderful cover, and I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do the planning in it. Somebody sent me this. It's upside down. I'm not a real big fan of spiral at all. Not notebooks, not planners, not anything. But this is really pretty. This is an Erin Condren, and it is a horizontal layout, and it's a pretty basic one. And it didn't come with a little bookmarky thing, and it didn't come with any extra stickers. It only came with those ones that are in the back like this. And I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do with this, but I can use this for home and for fitness stuff, I guess, which is what I'm going to do. I've already put some birthdays in it. I've already put some Bill stuff in it so that this can be somewhere where Mr. Rockstar and I both can get to it, so that if something happens, he can list it in here easily, write it down, and we can kind of do our bills in here and stuff. Maybe. I don't have any stickers for this, and I don't know that I'll order any. So, I mean, I would love to have some of those, especially little quote ones. This is my first time experiencing an Erin Condren, and I have to say, this is really pretty, y'all. I might have misjudged this. Might have. I think if I were going to have gotten one, I probably would have rather have gotten the Happy Planner, but I don't know where this came from at all. I don't know if somebody sent it to me to try out, or somebody had an extra one and just sent it to me, because I don't know where it came from. I'm very happy to have it. So I think going to use this for home planning. So happy National Notebook Day, a day late. So that's it. I hope y'all have a good one. I will see you again soon. Have a great weekend. Today we are going to do a journal with me. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I thought I'd go ahead. I am using a mixture of, I think it's called White Nights, Jane Davenport and Daniel Smith watercolors. I'm going to go ahead and start with the complexion, because that's always the part I mess up. And I have pencil on here. I'm going to go back in after I put the watercolor on here. I'm trying something different. I sketched it in pencil. Go ahead and do the bottom part of the desk because I want to let her skin tone dry.
forgot about doing the skin tone behind her eyes. So really should start like marking where I leave off with flip throughs and stuff. The 8th was last week, and I think I did the flip through at the end of last week, so I'm pretty sure I did all of it. So this was Friday's page, and I had gotten in the Art Snacks box, and with the Liquitex Muted collection, I got the violet, and this was the Janelli fish card. I had an extra I cut up. This was a Jenny Belly art card I put over. This was pictures from Mr. Victor's graduation, my mom and my daughter. And then this was Sunday, which was Mother's Day, and Mr. Victor was here because he spent the night with me Saturday night. And this is scrapbook paper, and this is watercolor paper, and this is watercolor paper, and these are pictures from the fairy gardens I made my mom and my mother-in-law. Mr. Victor playing in their yard, and this is the tip-in. I did that for the Mother's Day spread, and then there's Mr. Victor again, and it just says, "My heart is perfect because you were in it." So then we get to the review and some of the goals, and this is this week. And I think when you saw this last, it didn't have anything on it. So today's Friday, so I need to fill in the blocks for Friday. And we are right here, journal video for YouTube. So Monday, I saw this quote on a Facebook group, and I really liked it, and I felt like a lot of color. It's Monday, why not? So I did that, and I did a bunch of different watercolor flowers, and I did a little computer with a bunch of tabs open, what I was doing, and I love anything Snoopy, and I did a purple coffee cup because I just wanted to. I need to get a purple coffee cup. I have a red one. So I subscribed for Mother's Day. I got a couple of things. And one of the things was Mr. Rockstar said to go ahead and do something for myself that I've been putting off and really wanted to do. And so I signed up for Courtney's Patreon page. And I really like the art journal stuff. These are some of her collages. I drew the smush face that she does, and I did my own version. I've been practicing with selfie kind of faces or different kinds of faces. I cut this page and added scrapbook paper to it because I had put washi on, and then the washi messed up the paper, so it wasn't really working. So I cut the paper and then added the scrapbook paper, and I learned how to do that from the documented page, the decorated page. I'll get it right. So here's the scrapbook paper, and I put a little to-do list because these are some of the things I've been practicing on, and it's just art fun. And I added some collage, and I did another face, coffee cup. I did some journaling sideways and some journaling this way. This is another one of Courtney's, and this is Mr. Rockstar and I had a coffee date on Wednesday. We went to Starbucks, and I took a picture. And I took a picture of the sunset, and then there's another picture of the sunset, and this was one of my Mother's Day presents. I got these rain boots. It's a plant holder, and while we were out on the coffee date, Mr. Rockstar and I went and got the flowers to go in it. So I used my Starbucks washi tape, and this is Thursday's page. And I'm going to show you a couple of different journals because Thursday I had already done this on this page, and then I realized that I found out that Chris Cornell had passed away. My daughter and my husband absolutely love Chris Cornell. So Courtney did this where, you know, you should take pictures, more pictures for your journal. So I did my one pair of my Converse next to the little rain boots. That was another picture of a sunset, and yesterday was also National Notebook Day, so I drew a notebook. The journal prompt was My Style, I believe. So this is today's page where I've just kind of you know, documented that I'm doing the journal flip through. And then I have this, and I don't have anything else in here. I haven't set up anything else. So now we're going to go to what I've been doing lately. It's my Scribbles That Matter journal. It is what I'm using for my bullet journal. And I showed you the setup. So I'm going to flip through this real quick just so you can see. Some things I've added stuff to. I'm still working on a few things. I added a cleaning routine to make it easier. I didn't do any planning on those that weekend. So this is this week and where we're at, and I decided to change things up for next week because there were some things that were working and some things that weren't. My favorite journal supplies, I'm making a list because I'm going to make a video and a blog post about my favorite journal supplies. I'm going to be updating that list now that I'm doing illustrated journals. Ideas for urban sketching, places I want to go, some things. And then this is where this week starts. And as you can see, I had color coordinated where I wanted my day to go. But, and yeah. So I am doing little bits and pieces. Here's today and the weekend. And this is my setup for next week. I created some PDFs for Patreon, and I decided to use some of the things that I created in this week's spread, and I put the meals here because I have a bad tendency of forgetting to eat, getting caught up in things. So I'm trying to track what days I do that and stuff like that, which meals I tend to skip more. And I'm going to track the sleep here, and then I have my list of to-dos, the major tasks right here, my cleaning and home stuff right here. And then this is where this starts. This started out with 90-day goals, and I didn't think we got excited when somebody else found it in one of the groups that we're in, and she posted it, and we were all like, yes, better way to keep track of the goals, because I have the goals like written down and randomly little by the week, but in here I think I did it in the Omni Journal too. But this is a lot better because then you can look at them on a whole, but I needed more than to look at them on the whole. This is my wish list with a dandelion pencil drawn in the background. I want to create a travel kit, so I'm working on that. So I broke them down this way: health, home, and I have them in sections. Self, YouTube, you see the sections. Patreon and the website, and that's it for now. Because I think the next time I do this, I'm going to put dashes here, and then this way I can take these, I can look at these, and for the week break down what I need to do with some of this stuff. You know, like for YouTube, learn how to do something new for YouTube every week. For myself, you know, pick a certain thing and do one certain, you know, focus on that one thing for myself every week. Focus on something different, but still having the self-care days on Sundays where I focus on that routine of self-care. So that's it for that one. Now, this is the illustrated journal. There we go, it's focusing now. And I just started it. These are the Toroko Design Enigmas that I talked about when they came in. So I have the index. The first day, day one, I drew the notebooks and a watercolor palette. I've combined a bunch of the watercolors. The next day I did the notebook by itself. I wanted a little bit better drawing of it than this. I think size, proportion wise, I didn't do a very good job. Day day 3, a turtle was crossing the road not far from where I turned to come back home, and I pulled over to the side and got the turtle out of the road. The coffee date with Mr. Rockstar, I have a picture of the sunset, and I want to watercolor the sunset. And then this is the Chris Cornell, in memory of. And I did that for my husband and my daughter because they both love Chris Cornell. So this is the big one. So here's the little one, and I think I'm going to change the covers around, do them backwards. I did the same thing, I did the Enigmas, but I did them differently, and I like this one much better. Although in retrospect, I probably should just put the little book on top of the big book. But that would have been like the way everybody would have done it. So more watercolors, coffee cup, paintbrushes, notebook, my day. I illustrated the basics of my day. Mr. Rockstar on our coffee date. See, in this one I did Mr. Rockstar, and the other one I'm going to do the sunset. Trying to mix things up and not do the exact same thing in these. But drawing a little picture and then a bigger picture are really helping. Now this is flip-flop back and forth. I've gone from planning to journaling, doing prompts, planning, journaling, these are the prompts. So now that I'm using the Hobonichi differently and not really doing the personal stuff, not really, except for in the front of it, I can feel free to do everyday planning and journaling, doing the prompts in here, or everyday planning, in the front of this, and then doing the prompts and some journaling in the big part, and using this as the everyday carry. I've kind of flip-flopped back and forth, and I'm still flip-flopping. There's some blank pages, some more planning, and then we get to doing another thing of prompts, which is where this leads in. This has been the same sort of journey, back and forth between planning and journaling, and as you can tell, I wonder why this page didn't open. Journaling, planning, that was tarot stuff, journaling and planning, journaling and planning, journaling, planning, that was some stuff, and then journaling. So as you can tell, I've gone back and forth. And I have pretty much decided back here, I did right around here, I decided to go ahead and do, because I'm changing things up in the Omni Journal. I'm adding more stuff, that I'm trying new things in the Omni Journal, because that paper, especially once I switch back to the Enigma, that paper will handle it better than the thinner Tomoho River paper. More planning and journaling and planning, and yeah, sometimes when I watch Victor, my plans to do any of that stuff goes out the window. Some tip-in information stuff. So I kind of decided, it says flip-flopping back and forth, to kind of do something like this. Caption the day. Sometimes journal. This was Mr. Victor's graduation from K4. Me, I was so tired that I fell asleep at the desk. Margaret's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s getting really good. And this was Monday night. I was doing this, and I decided to go ahead and do that because it was coming on the next night. And I saw the trailer for the next night, and I was excited. This was paint an iris flower with Angela Fur, and I did the watercolor of the iris flower. She had a picture of one. She had a real life one instead of a picture of one that she used as a reference to watercolor. This was for fun, and this was yesterday, and this is what my desk looks like before I do any work. Before I do any work. So, if it would stay that clean. And then this is today's, and I've kind of decided I could do a prompt and journal. I could do just the prompt, but I think I'm going to do a little drawing in this from now on and do the planning. I do like how it turns out, but at this rate I'll have a bunch of journals with one picture on a page. And that's okay if that's what I want. That's okay if that's what I want. So here's the flip through of the journals. Now that you've seen them, I hope that you have a good one, and I'll see you again next time. And next time maybe we'll do a page in here, a journal with me page in here. Thanks y'all. Bye.